Delhi, with its busy roads, buzzing traffic, bustling markets, foodie culture and movie mania, makes for interesting subjects for documentary films and documentary filmmakers. You just have to stand back, look around and wait. Amidst all the chaos, you will find something unusual, something unique, worth a story, worth a documentary.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I kind of veered towards it gradually.
For me, getting into documentaries was the best way to sort of understand the world around me.
I don't have Bollywood dreams because I think that somewhere there's a story to be told and there are a lot of heroes on the streets. And the idea is to be able to use the form of documentary to talk of these stories and sometimes to be able to sit back and question, enjoy, and sometimes even laugh at what's taken for granted.
In a sense, living in Delhi, one has seen over these 30 years a documentary culture emerged.
At least when we were in college, we were watching a lot of documentary films, and I get the feeling that there is definitely a growing audience today for documentary films. There's a growing awareness about this kind of cinema.
Today, the documentary film viewership space physically may not have expanded that much, but it has expanded.
There are more avenues than there were. Today there is a little more scope for documentary filmmakers.
What has emerged, particularly in the last decade in India, is a large network through which you reach out to a very, very diverse audience.
Delhi provides diverse platforms for documentary films and documentary filmmakers. But how functional are these platforms? To find out, we set out on a journey, interviewing, introspecting and filling our documentary diaries.
You have film festival, you have music concerts. These kind of festivals are the only platform where you get chance of seeing something different.
Venues like the Habitats and the IICs and the Alliance, I mean, cultural centers are spaces where films are getting watched. Educational institutions are definitely becoming spaces. Development organizations, human rights organizations, environmental organizations, their events, their communities are big platforms.
There is Magic Lantern, as we spoke, which initially started off also as under construction films and then sort of grew, and now I think they have an international partner as well. So there are a lot of filmmakers who sort of give their films to their archives. So that's one interesting format. Then there are a variety of organizations which support filmmakers like PSBT, Sahitya Academy and the Cultural Council. They have their own over-the-sales counters. The third, of course, is web sharing. Then, of course, the fourth is individuals who are sales agents who will contact you after your film is done well in film festivals, and then they will take it forward.
So have you ever used these platforms to showcase your film?
My first independent venture in which I put in all my savings, which is the Great Indian Jugaad.
Now that our experts have spoken, let's see what our fellow friends have to say as students of media and filmmaking.
Government film festivals, or if I talk about Jivika Film Festival.
In our homes, at our laptop, downloaded from the torrents.
Took it from our friends and all.
Biggest pool for documentaries is, I think, the Discovery and the National Geographic Channel.
People would not spend $250
to go watch documentary in a theatre. They'd rather watch it at home at their own convenience.
Why would you spend 175, 150 rupees,
That
200
depends on-
rupees
that depends
on
on
a documentary?
We spend 175 rupees on a flop film also sometimes.
But if I am the owner of PVR, why will I show a particular documentary?
I'll show so many English films have no audience at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Like films like Tree of Life, you go, the theatres are virtually empty.
There are a lot of people who want to see the content, as in they want to see something fruitful.
Documentaries already have a niche platform, but the fact is, if you successfully release documentaries one after another in a very commercial, like in a theatre, कोई ना कोई तो इंटरेस्ट लेगा ही, उसको कोई ना कोई तो आज जाके देखेगा ही.
इंडियन हैबिटेट सेंटर और ऐसे प्लेटफॉर्म जो कि नॉन प्रॉफिट जो भी सिर्फ वो प्रमोट करते हैं और कमर्शियली वही है कि इसमें नंबर नहीं होंगे तो वहाँ पे कोई नहीं देखने जाएगा.
Platform is there. It's like a very niche.
There's a herd following. इंडिया में क्या होता है? herd following होता है. अगर एक कोई सोशलाइट है वो कोई ऐसी कूल सी चीज़ कर रहा है, all of them start doing it.
Documentary filmmakers like Errol Morris, Michael Moore. Michael Moore का documentary plays number 1 on the box office when it was released. See, these films, इसका sequel भी आ रहा है, Samsara. क्यों बन रहा है? क्योंकि इसका it had a following.
But especially for documentary, if it doesn't capture your attention, or if it doesn't at all attract you, you won't watch.
The fact is, if distributors are willing and if the subject is interesting enough, वो धीरे-धीरे people will grow accustomed to the format and the subjects.
Even if it's marketed well, documentaries will always have a certain set of people.
And that won't have very few.
Documentaries will never have the same following as fiction. But
That's
the
right.
But the fact is, एक छोटा section audience आएगा which will have the idea of documentaries ingrained in them.
Documentary films revolve in their own sphere of conventional platforms. When will this vicious cycle break to reveal alternative spaces?
I think there is a huge need for that commercial platform, but honestly, and at the risk of being pompous, I'm not very sure if our audience is that mature.
The would-be theatrical release will certainly make a new audience for the documentaries.
Now today a person will go to a McDonald's or a KFC, spend $300 and you won't look back. You will go to a big cinema, spend 300 rupees on a 3D trashy Ravan and not think about it. How many of you would actually give me $200 to come and see my film? Really?
You have these fucking multiplexes where a ticket costs you some 250 rupees. Who the bloody hell is going to afford?
The commercial cinema has to just try it because it will get audience. I'm convinced. We have the example of this film, The Rat Race. Now, The Rat Race is being presented as a very, it's a documentary, yeah, but it's picking on a very sort of mainstream topic. So you'll have followers.
Almost 15-20 साल पहले जब US में एक documentary film officially release हुई, तो people said ये तो बॉक्स ऑफिस पे चलेगी नहीं because there's no audience. और अब डॉक्यूमेंट्री फिल्म्स एक लेजिट फीचर फिल्म के जैसा एक लेजिट सोर्स ऑफ इनकम है. आई एम होपिंग इसके साथ साथ हमारे इंडिया में भी इसका दौर शुरू हो जाए.
For almost 3 decades, Anand Patwardhan has been making his politically charged activist documentaries. His 3.5-hour long Jai Bhim Comrade is currently touring film festivals all over the country.
अयोध्या में राम है, यहाँ राम रहता, जिनके यहाँ राम नहीं कहीं राम नहीं है. और तभी तो बाबरी टूटी. बाबरी मस्जिद में भी तो भगवान था, वो किसी और का भगवान होगा. तुम्हारा भगवान तुम्हारा प्यारा, दूसरों का भगवान न्यारा.
A filmmaker like say Sanjay Kaak, some of his films are brilliant, but will his films get a theatrical release?
To me, this is a bit of a false flag. You know, I mean, I am profoundly disinterested in this conversation about theatrical release. It looks good, it sounds good. But if the commercial logic is the only logic that we are thinking of, then I'm afraid I'm not convinced of the commercial logic also. When I was doing work for television, there was only Doordarshan, and you know, if you had a good slot, then you can imagine how many people all over the country watch the film. But I don't know if that's my aspiration. You know, I don't want 10 million people to see my film while they're having lunch or dinner or doing homework with their kids. Because for me, filmmaking is a dialogue, you know, it's a conversation, not just between me and the audience, but even between the audience, you know. So in the ways in which the documentary film is shown, ideally, is not that everybody lands up at 6:20, enters the auditorium, watches a film, eats their popcorn and goes back in 2s or 3s.
Because the kind of trash you see on TV today, do you think a documentary filmmaker or a good documentary film would attract that kind of TRPs?
A lot of people who watch, say, the discoveries of the traveling livings and so on and so forth are watching documentaries, which are commissioned documentaries, which are 26, 25 minutes. So we need to sort of be able to push that out of the idiot box and bring it, say, to a larger scale as well.
One hopes to see a channel dedicated to documentary films. I believe it will have an audience. I believe it will have its TRPs. Why does one always target multiplexes also? Isn't there another alternate, cheaper avenue? I mean, there are all these video theatres. I'm sure the semi-porns that are played there have probably reached some sort of a saturation. I mean, I'm sure people want something better as well.
Now, increasingly, there are online platforms as well, because you can stream your films, and there are people who are charging, paper download. Online marketing film festivals have come up where marketing agents, watch these films and then they can contact you. So yes, the web has made it easier.
The downside is that, of course, in a country like India as yet, internet penetration is very low, broadband penetration is even lower, people don't have credit cards. But if we are looking into the future, I think that there is something profoundly democratic about the web.
We are very restricted to what are traditional think tanks, So you have it in spaces where there is, like an art house collective. But you're not necessarily looking at your cinema traveling to people. And then again, that's, the curse or the boon of the format. It's meant to bring up issues which are related to people, and people only don't get to see them.
मैं पालिका बाजार में लास्ट 28 ईयर्स से हम शॉपकीपर्स हूँ, यहाँ पे दुकानदारी कर रहा हूँ। मूवीज़ की तो मैडम 99% डिमांड है, डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज तो वेरी रेयर।
तो लोगों को पता भी है कि ऐसी फिल्में प्रोड्यूस होती हैं या बनती हैं?
जो इस लाइन से रिलेटेड हैं वो ही लोग इसकी रीच में हैं, अदरवाइज नोबडी।
I think mostly now the current generation, if you look at it, we are not just enjoying a very conventional movies. We do want to look for the more meaningful movies.
PVR या मतलब जो थिएटर्स में डॉक्यूमेंट्री चलेंगी तो वो क्यों चलेंगी? मतलब उसका मैं यही कह रहा हूँ ना, कल्चर नहीं है देखने का डॉक्यूमेंट्री।
If in reality documentaries are to show people's struggles, people's lives, the burning issues of the society, then this kind of platforms definitely are not enough.
Documentary filmmaking and the distribution of documentaries will never be some luxurious, totally organized scene. That's not the work we do. That's not the space we occupy.
Blame the documentary filmmakers as well. We haven't made an effort to find that audience. It clearly exists. People want better stuff. People want different stuff.
There will be a challenge to what is your dreams format, which is, the large scale cinema. But then that's just how you survive. Big fish, small fish, same pond, you just have to manage.
Things will be better. Things could get worse, But that's all right. We'll continue to make films, and people will continue to see them. That's the important thing.